Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna go ahead and install my rear lip on the M45. I had taken it off because like the middle portion right here was completely falling off and I didn't want it to like fall off on the freeway, of course, so I just took it off right now, that way I can fix it up properly. The rear lip has like everything in pretty good shape, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just that the tabs that go on the inside actually broke, which I'm not really sure how or why, but that's what happened when it came to the rear lip. Right now what I'm doing is I'm technically like sanding everything down on the inside. The spots over here go attached to the bumper right there, and then there's another screw on the inside, which is that one right there. And that holds it in place really good because that was the only thing really supporting the lip when it was falling off, and it didn't fall off at all when I was going like 80 miles per hour. And then right here on the inside, I went ahead and sanded it down, and we're gonna add 3M tape all the way down to that side over there. But I had to go ahead and sand it down because the guy that had the car before, I'm not sure why, but he put glue all over the inside and on the bumper, so I had to sand the bumper down and this part right here. You can kind of see like those spots right there. That's a bunch of glue that just like went down, so I had to go ahead and remove that, sand it down, so now it has like a good area to grip on all right here. So I think it should hold up pretty good. So we're gonna wipe it down, and then I'm gonna use some alcohol to clean the area, and then we should be good to go ahead and add like 3M tape all the way down. There is two more like holes right here that I need to mount up as well. The car doesn't actually have anything that this is mounted to. I'm not really sure why. I would assume because it has those holes, it shouldn't be mounted up to the bumper already, but there's no holes on the bumper, so I'll probably have to like drill that out and add some screws right there, along with some nuts, bolts, and washers. So that's what I'm going to be using. I should have some extra somewhere around here. There are quite a few, so I should be able to find something to be able to add on there for now. But yeah, let's go ahead and install that, clean it up, and then we'll go from there. Right now I'm working on the front lip, and I'm doing a few things to it that you probably wouldn't do on yours if everything's okay with it. But with my front lip, everything is like literally broken when it comes to the clips. So right here it has a clip that's actually supposed to mount to the bumper too. Same thing with all those, they're all completely broken. And then there's those brackets right there that I just removed right now. Same thing with those over there. Those are actually still attached right there, but I'm gonna remove those, and I'm just using like a flathead, or you can use something like this just to pop it up. It'll come right off. And the reason I'm removing those is because I feel like with those in the way, it's not gonna adhere properly to the tape. By removing those, now it has like a flatter surface for it to mount up to it properly, and that's why I'm removing that. But if the clips still worked, I wouldn't remove it, but that's the only way I could really do it, because I can't really fix the clips anymore, they're completely broken. So there's no point in trying to save that. I did sand down the edges right here. For example, like this one right here, I sanded it down a little bit. I still need to go through it again. I'm gonna sand this down right here as well, that way the adhesive can stick to it properly. And then same thing on that side, and then the other side as well. I still need to pop the other ones off. And then I did JB weld one of the edges, which is this one over here. So I placed some JB weld to reinforce this right here. And then I made the hole again, that way we can mount it up properly. So everything is technically like set to go. I just gotta fix the other ones. Alright, so here's how the M45 looks right now without the front lip. Let's go ahead and install it. It just requires 2 screws on the side and then a few at the bottom, and then we're gonna use a 3M tape to mount it up. Alright guys, so here is the M45 with the kit now technically completely installed. For some time I was just running the rear lip on there. I didn't have the front one on for some time because I was kind of repairing it. But here's how the rear looks. I'll talk about it a little bit, how I installed it. But the clips right here on the sides are broken. I can't use those. I would have to actually go ahead and remove that. I had some 3M tape or something, but I didn't have enough. So right now it's just kind of dangling a little bit right here. And I feel like it might have gotten like a little warped because it was loose. And it just has a screw right here on the side. I actually need to tighten this one, it's kind of loose. I'll tighten that one. But there's a screw right here on the inside holding it in. Yeah, for sure I need to tighten that up. And then on the back I added 3M tape from right here going all the way down. And it's a thick piece, so it was like this big. It was a strong one that holds like 30 pounds. Put all the way down, and there's 2 screws on the bottom. On each side. Not sure why they weren't mounted on there before, but the lip has 2 holes at the bottom where you can mount it to the bumper, and the bumper didn't have any holes, which means that they never mounted it from the bottom piece. So I thought it would come like that from factory since it had the holes, but it was never mounted on there. So I did that, added those screws on there, and I actually helped out a lot. Reinforced it to actually keep it up. I've been driving it for like, I would say over 90 miles per hour, even reaching 100. No issues at all, hasn't came off or anything. It's just that it has a slight gap, but you guys won't really see it unless like you come from the front and you look at it, you know. This one's on there good. But the front actually made a huge difference. Let's go ahead and check that out. But here's the front. It made a huge difference. It looks aggressive now and cleaner, of course, because before I had those holes like right on the inside of the bumper, and I couldn't reuse those because, as I mentioned earlier, they were broken. And I wish I could have, because I think that has a lot of support to the lip. Because right now, for some reason, I think it's just warped. When I purchased the car, the lip was actually falling off when I got it, so I'm not sure if it got warped somehow, you know, just dragging, but it's not mounting up properly. So like right here, it has this gap, and I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's supposed to be like a little bit more in, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna go down because it is supported from the bottom with 4 screws. I'll try to show you guys. Not sure if you guys can really see it from that angle, but it has 4 screws on the bottom holding it up. And then I added the 3M tape, but as you guys can see, it's technically useless because it's not really like pushed up all the way. I'm not sure if I can relocate the screws at the bottom to push it a little bit more back to move the lip back, but I think that's honestly like the best it's really gonna get. Yeah, because it's not really sticking on there. But there's just a screw right here on the side that I added right there, and there's another one on the other side, and that's technically everything that's holding it up. I'll drive it. I haven't driven it with the lip on just yet, like going at higher speeds, because I haven't had the chance to, but we'll see if it stays on for a while. But it looks really good. It looks really aggressive. I love the look of it now with the lip on there. It just completes it. Makes it look a little bit lower. I haven't mentioned it to you guys yet, but I did have to go ahead and raise the car half an inch because it was way too low. Like I could not even drive the car over a bump. It was hitting the sway bar way too much, and it was so close to the oil pan, so I had to go ahead and raise it just to avoid, you know, messing up the pan, because those things are not cheap or easy to find. Actually, I was actually looking for one for my other motor because that one's like cracked. I asked a friend if he could fix it, but I guess it's made out of some different type of material where it's not easy to weld. I think he said it's like aluminum cast, and it needs a specific heat in order to be able to weld something onto it, and he doesn't have the tools for that, so I have to find a shop that can fix it. So we'll see if somebody can. If somebody can't, then I have to look for another oil pan for the other engine. But that's why I really don't want to mess up this engine pan. I don't want to drive it really low, because as you guys can see, there's not too many M45s around that I could just go to like a junkyard and pick one up. There was a few days ago, but they had already removed them, and I'm pretty sure it's because people are looking for those parts, because there's not a lot of these cars around that you could just go look for a part that you need at a junkyard, you know. Some of them are interchangeable with M35s, but when it comes to the engine itself, it's different when it comes to the parts that it has. But yeah, I love the overall stance of it. The front is now at about 3.5 inches when it comes to like how far I lifted it, and the rear is 3 inches. The front, it was at 3 inches before, but that 1/2 inch really made a huge difference on how much it's hitting the ground. It was constantly hitting the sway bar, and there's this piece that goes to the middle of the steering rack. That piece that holds it up for the jacking point, that hits the floor constantly when it's lowered. And if you wanted to stop doing that, you would have to like remove that, but you can't because that holds up the steering rack. So there's no way that you can really avoid hitting that piece. You really do have to lift it up a little bit, just in case you guys want to lower your car, you know, like what you're gonna run into. But yeah, I was hitting way too much. I was just scraping stuff, hitting the cats in the rear, things like that. So I think it still looks really good though. Like the stance doesn't look bad at all, but I'm really happy with how it came out. I still gotta fix the headlights, and then this hole right here in the front, gotta fix that as well. It looks like somebody hit it with their hitch or something and made that like square. I'm not really sure what happened because I got this car from Copart, so I can't really tell you exactly what happened to the car. I just know that it has that hole when I picked it up. And then I'll redo the, what is it called, the grill as well. I'll redo that in gloss black. I just had that extra black laying around that I had. It was like a matte black, but I really wanted it gloss black. But yeah, overall looks really good. Hopefully you guys like the look. I was actually looking into some hood vents for the M, but I could not find anything online like a hood. I would really have to make something custom, and I feel like this car would benefit from it a lot, just because I live in Arizona and it's really hot, you know, and believe it or not, hood vents actually make a huge difference and allow heat to escape from the engine bay. And this car, I can feel a lot of heat coming from like my feet, so I feel like that's gonna make a huge difference when I install that. And if it's located in the correct area, it'll allow heat to escape, you know, properly. I have hood vents on my 370Z, and you can see the heat escaping from those hood vents. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and end the video right there. Hopefully you guys like how it looks. I'm enjoying this car myself so much. Like, this thing's so comfortable. I love how I can just get in and go. It's unique, different. You don't see a lot of these out there. I actually saw one the other day. I think it was in Avondale. It was an M45, same color as mine, just didn't have like the lip and stuff. But it's so crazy to see these cars out there. And if you do this like an M35, they're really unique and good looking. I actually had a few people that talked to me the other day about my car, how they like it, that they don't see a lot of these out there. And a lot of people enjoy the car. Somebody actually wanted to buy it off of me. So well, actually there was about 3 people that wanted to buy it off of me. There was one person down in Phoenix that actually talked to me about it, and there was another person here that lives around my house that actually wanted to purchase it as well. So it's a beautiful car. It's really nice. I love how it looks. I mean, just can't go wrong with this car, you know. It's really sick. But next video should be the headlights. I really want to do that next because I'm fixing something on the 370Z as well that I need to clear coat. So that for sure is going to be coming up within the next 2 videos. And the oil change as well. The motor now has, I think it's about 3,500, getting close to 4K. So I need to do that oil change within the next, I don't say a few weeks, because I do drive this car a lot. Like, this thing has a lot of highway miles right now, going to Phoenix, coming back, Chandler, things like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.